Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This time round we're going to be reviewing the almost dropped that. The Proxxon KS230 table saw. Let's get it unboxed, get it opened and see what we can chop up. Okay, so first off, it's small. It's very small. Now this is almost like entry level, so this costs about £140. I'll bring that up on the screen for you. Yeah, don't know what else to say really. It's small. Let's open it up. Oh, there's just something about unboxing stuff in there. Just open it up, and I guess you pay for something, you want to see it. Yeah, I enjoy it. Okay, so what do we have? What do we have indeed? So, power cord, yeah, that's good. Bag of bits. So that's one side. Let's get the actual. It's covered in grease. Nice. Oh. Ran out of tissue, right, let's open it up. Okay, very light. Some instructions. Let's lose the box. So, well, apparently don't put balls through it. That's weird. Right, so first impressions. Plasticky. Oh, hello. Plasticky. Yeah, that's all I've got to say really. Let me get it put together and powered on. Okay, so we're all assembled. That took all of about 10 seconds really. I could have left the camera running. So we have, more about that in a minute. Have a small vent at the back, which you can connect an extraction unit to, sold separately. Fair enough. We have a bar here, which threads on from either side, which is obviously to get your distance. There is a rule along the bottom here, but with no markings on it, no measurements on it, but that's kind of fine, I guess. No, it'd be better if it did have some numbers on it. That'd be useful. And then you have your angle guide here as well, which again just slides in, and then you lock the angle in place for like doing 45 degrees or whatever it might be. So I think what we'll do is we'll ditch that for a minute. We'll move this back over to the other side, and let's just power it up and have a go at cutting. Oh. Helps if I thread that on. So once that's locked in, that is pretty tight. So I have had a quick look through the instructions in fairness here. There's about 2 pages in English. Whatever. Right, so let's start off with just basically a bit of balsa. So it only has one speed on it. So she's either off or on. Is it quiet? I don't know if that's quiet or not really. It's a little bit noisier than I thought. Anyway, let's try it. So Foyman says, should I be using goggles? I probably should be using goggles, but I'm only cutting balsa, so please don't put that in the comments. Bit of scrap. Nice finish. Now this is only what, 4mm thick. It already feels like it's going to struggle with anything more than just balsa. So let's try a block. I'm not even sure we can get a block through it. I guess you could move that out of the way completely. Let's move that out of the way completely. I will be careful. So a thicker block, but then the depth is probably not going to go through it. Let's just do it, see what happens. So obviously that's just too thick for it, which is fair enough. No, I could measure that depth. Let's get the rule out. What is that? It's a tiny blade. That's about 12 mil. It's got about a 12 mil cutting depth. So no good for blocks. Fine for thin balsa. How about ply? So this is pretty thin ply. I would say about 3 mil. Yeah, 3 mil ply. I reckon it's going to struggle. Let's cut a strip off. Let's cut a thin strip off. Again, where? Oh, there's the measurement. So that should be, let's see if I get this right. That should be 1 centimetre. Just noticed. And I'll give you a close up of this. So there's no measurements on there, but I'm presuming that centre double line there lines up with the centre of the blade. Kind of looks about right, doesn't it? So if I mark, well, if I put the edge on there, that should be 1 centimetre strip. Let's try it and then we'll measure. Let's wipe some of this grease off as well, because it's going to make my wood dirty. Two things. First off, that is 9.5 mil. 9.5 mil, so maybe I've got adjustment not quite right. Secondly, how can I pass the blade? Oh. Just found that. It's probably for adjusting it, taking the blade out. Yeah, it is down there. Which I won't do while it's on, or off rather. Yeah, how can I go past this? That's almost annoying. Am I meant to use it with that there? Probably for protection, but I can't go past that because that almost feels like it's thicker than the blade. Does it? Oh, let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, it's gone a bit wonky, but I did put it through there. Wonky? That translates. I did put it through there twice, so yeah, okay. So it will go past. So the support here is the same thickness as the blade, so you can push it away past. Let's just try that again just to prove the point. We'll leave this down, turn it back on. Yeah, so it's a bit fiddly to get past that, to be honest with you. But it does cut through ply. Let's look at the positives of this. Bit fiddly, but it cuts through ply. I mean, it is what it is. It's like 140 quid and it's tiny. No, it is a modeller's saw, table saw. So I'm happy with that. I mean, cutting that with a knife would just be a pain, which is what I have been doing. Knife and rule over and over again, scoring it, much quicker. But what I really want to cut, and I think this is going to be asking too much, is I want to cut some carbon sheet. So this is actually part of my Krill Ultimate build, which is behind you over there. For those of you who haven't seen that, links below in the description. It's a new build series I'm doing, and I'm currently making a plate for the engine. And I've paused on part of it because I wanted to just be able to cut this a lot easier, because I did all this by hand with a knife and it was painful. So I'm going to try and cut a 1 centimetre strip down the end here on this rather big plate. It's a real wild example. Let's see if it does it. kind of getting stuck going through that back section. Let's zoom in with the old phone and show you. So it's all cutting fine. I mean, it made a screamy noise, but it is carbon sheet here, carbon both sides. But you can see it's got to go through that back section there, and we're just kind of getting stuck here. And it's difficult to jiggle it about when you've got a spinning saw going around. Right, now what? Let's power it back up. So I've pulled it back a little bit, turn it back on. I almost forgot myself then, didn't I? Don't touch that part where the saw's spinning, otherwise you won't have these left. Let's flip it over. Carbon. So look, it cut it. A little bit of tidying up there, although it's got tape on the back of it, but there you go. That is a bit of advertising for Krill there. That is cut and it's fine, and that was much quicker than trying to do it with a knife. And that is 1 centimetre. So look, in fairness, I think the other thing I want to do is put some 45s on here, which I can do with this. But I think, you know, in fairness, for a first 5-minute look at this and a very quick video, for me personally, it does the job. You know, it's enough just for the small bits of cutting that I need to do like this. They do have a bunch of other tools as well, which I do want to have a look at some point in time. So I'll do that every time I buy one. I'll do a quick video like this. If anybody's got one of these, or even a different make, just let us know in the comments below what you recommend. So this is my first introduction to table saws. It is super miniature. Obviously you can get table saws that are absolutely massive and cost thousands of pounds, but I have a very tiny workshop. This is all I need to do, is cut some odd bits of material like this, and right now it'll do fine. May have struggled on something bigger like that. No, I think we would have been able to do that. Would have saved a bunch of time. So that took me, what, 20 seconds to go through there? It would have taken me a lot longer to cut over the knife. Right, so thumbs up so far. Once I've been using this for several months, several builds, I'll do another update on it for you guys. But in the meantime, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time around.